Hey guys, welcome to Simon Does Fish, and today we're doing some tank maintenance. So as I was saying guys, today we're actually going to do some tank maintenance. As you can tell, the tank is very green. Now what is the cause of this and why has this happened? Basically it's probably a mixture of two things. We have a mixture of too much nutrients in the tank, and we also have too much lighting, which is all on my bad really. I should have done the water changes to keep the nutrient levels down. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do the maintenance. So first things first is we're going to get this cloth and we're going to throw it about. We're going to put it into the tank, squeeze all the air bubbles out, and we're just going to gently run it across the glass. Put a little bit of pressure on, not too much, as if we put too much on, we're going to probably either break the glass or other bad things will happen. But yeah, just gently making away, and you can probably see that it's quite thready. This is like a thread algae of such. And yeah, we're just going to run it backwards and forwards till we get it all off. As you make your way down to the bottom, just be careful because you can actually pick up some of the substrate between the actual bristle of the pad. And if you do that and drag it along the glass, you're just going to scratch it all up and it won't look very nice. So, as I say, doing this slowly. And you also get this like scum line, which is like from, if you like live where we live, where we have very high calcium in the water, our pHs are quite high, and it's probably why we struggle to grow a lot of plants really. But yeah, if you have a lot of that in the water, it will get a nice nasty like white line across your tank. And if you leave it for too long, it can actually get a bit hard to remove. But as you see, I'm just making my way nice and gently, and I will be back once I've got the front of this glass cleaned so you can see the results. As you can see, the water has got a bit hazy. There's quite a bit of dirt in the substrate here that I've disturbed, and now it's everywhere. But yeah, the fish are absolutely fine. These are the two. This one here, this black molly, has worms, and this little dude here got bullied and his tail's come off. But they're both getting treated for worms at the moment, and they'll be staying probably in this tank together in the hopes that they start to breed eventually. So my next protocol will be probably to do the sides of the tank, and if I feel like, sometimes I'll do like the pebbles and the rocks which have gone a bit green, but to be fair, I quite like it. It gives it more of a natural vibe rather than it be all synthetically cleaned and everything like that. So what we do tend to do though is we leave the back pane of the glass. Don't touch this because like most sort of species of fish, especially mollies, they enjoy actually grazing algae. So the best thing to do is to leave the back of the glass all natural. So then if they feel a bit hungry or if they eat some fry, they'll actually have a bit of food to eat at. So now that we've finished with the clean of the glass and etc. and all that kind of stuff, we're actually now going to trim the plants down and replant some of them, depending on what we've got. We've got the green rotella, which I'm going to cut that down and replant a bit more. I've got some more downstairs actually now, so I'm going to put some more in there because I want a bit more. But yeah, I'm digressing. But we're going to also cut the blood reds down because they get a bit too tall. And we're going to cut the Monte Carlo at the front as it's starting to die off a little bit, so I'm hoping to rejuvenate it a little bit. We're not using any CO2, which is probably why these little foreground plants aren't doing too well, because I believe they do need a bit of CO2 to be fantastic. But yeah, I'm just going to do a quick trim, and then I'm going to do a water change, and then I'll get planting again. So now I've took all the leaf litter from the top, which I've trimmed the plants with, and I'm gonna drain the tank down, and then I'm gonna cut my stem plants at the back because I think it'd be easier to see what they look like when the water's not as misty. But always remember to do all your glass before you do the water change, because it's all well and good doing the water change and wiping your glass down, but then you defeat the purpose, because then the algae is just free flowing in the water and you're just going to get it all back again. So don't forget to do that. So now the tank is all filled up and all ready to go. We need to add some Aqua Essential. It's the only chlorine chlorinator that I actually use. So basically what this will do is it will make the tank water safe for the fish to live in, which is really nice. Yeah, I love this product. I'm not sponsored, but I just like to promote good products, really. So as I was saying, I was going to trim the blood red rotella and the green round leaf rotella. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut them in line with the rock, so it gives it something to, you know, prop up against as such. And just like that, guys, I've got finished with planting them back in. There's a few floaters here and there, which is quite annoying, but we're getting there. Quite a bit of the plants have melted, but it is a new tank, so hopefully they will settle in a bit and they'll stop melting. So that's how you clean your tank, really, guys. It wasn't supposed to be a how-to, and in some regards it still isn't. It's just more of a vlog. But yeah, it was a nice suggestion and I'm happy to do another one of them again. So if you want to leave a suggestion down below, just leave me a comment. I'll have a look through. I'll try to get to everyone, so as long as it's not millions of years in the future, I'll probably will reply to you. Thanks for watching, guys.